All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the SSA Clash. It is the semifinals. It is Group B. and what a party we have on our hands. We know we had Group A yesterday. It was getting a little bit exciting. It was getting a little bit feisty, but now we have more teams, a brand new set of teams. So who is going to come out on top today? Need to, be alert and be sure what is going to be in store for most of these teams. So let's take a quick look at what we are seeing on our feed right now. Production is back. Big shout out to Mythical in the production house. Genos in the cut. And we are all having fun here. Last I checked. So guys, let me get your predictions straight up. Who do you think is winning this game? Who do you think is taking it? Woo, because personally, it's looking dark. It's looking dark for some teams right now, but the guys from Pride looking very, very good. Interesting, very interesting play zone that we've got so far, though. Hasn't been too much of a hassle. Hasn't been too much of a hassle, has it? I don't think it has been too much of a hassle, if you ask me. But there's so many different ways this could play out, right? If you ask me. But But let's get those predictions ready to go. Let's get those predictions firing on all cylinders, if you ask me, And we'll see if it is going to be exactly what people expect. But it looks like foul play could be in a little bit of trouble right here. Getting loaded out and booted out this early in the game, especially in game one, is not something I would expect to see from a team like foul play, though. But we've still got 3 games after this, so there's still a major opportunity to turn this around. I wouldn't put it past anyone else. If you ask me, it's not too far-fetched. There's a big opportunity to turn this around. Woo! And a little bit of a... I mean, I don't even know who's in the lineup for Pride, I actually have no idea who's in that team. Interestingly enough, just... I have no idea who's in that team, man. But it looks like they know exactly what's going on. We've got Pride, GAMAX, what is that, Berserkers? I think we've got Falling Ruthless as well. We've got 4Kill. We've got Sin. Is that Syndicate or Synthesis or Sin something? We've got Sin something in the cut. We've got Astra. Yo, Astra just dropped their lineup though. Did anyone else see that? Astra just dropped their lineup. I saw Palabala in the lineup. Filthy business, Filthy business. I don't know if that's the same lineup that we're seeing here though, but I would be interested. AMP getting knocked away there. GUF Academy in serious danger. Because Birdie Joe has also been knocked away. Doesn't look like he will be getting picked up, but the recalls are in the mix, right? I think we still get recalls in Rondo, right? It's not too far-fetched. I think we still get recalls. But, wouldn't put it past anyone else. If you ask me, wouldn't put it past anyone else. But there's still so many different ways this could go, if you ask me. But Playzone is looking quite interesting, quite centered up right nicely. You can see the guys from 4 Strength in the south side. And they are looking at the... Oh, I think we're back, right? Yeah. I do apologize for technical difficulties. Y'all will not believe that my PC just packed up because I was doing too much. But I think we're back. I think we're good. I'm trying to believe that we're good. All right, we will resume. Looks like their Astra are putting in the work here against the guys from RAG. I think there might be some chaos. Balal again trying to trade off of that right-hand side, trying to get his angles right, and he will be getting dropped off. Took his eye off the ball for a moment there, but he will pay the price. 3 eliminations. They go out in 12th place. Astra getting sent back into the lobby. Honestly, did not expect that to happen, if you ask me. Honestly, did not expect that to happen. But, you know, it is what it is. Again, when you're taking multiple engagements, you always have to prioritize one engagement, especially the one that it looks like you're winning, right? The one that gives you a little bit more confidence. I think you always have to prioritize that one over anything else. Well, it is not over just yet. Tribe Warriors looking good, though. 3 eliminations. A little bit of a nice spot in the zone. Nothing untoward. Looks very comfortable for them. Again, they are setting quite nicely onto the other end of the backdrop here, but it looks like foul play putting in that work. Oh, they did have some kills. Yeah, they are trying to patch it in, but it looks like we are good on that front. Yobo on some... Ooh, well. Smoker gets them smoked off. Royal Academy looking very comfortable here. Aizen still yet to secure any eliminations, but Smoker is the one that's putting in the work. Hyder gets a couple of knocks over to the guys from NKX. Over to that south side, as it looks like there's a whole lot of chaos going on. There's a whole lot of chaos brewing into that back end. But it's all a matter of who's going to come out on top, especially relatively now that Tribe Warriors have a little bit of this hillside to work with. The Magicians, can they hit the abracadabra in this stage? You're looking quite comfortable here as well. Zendex looking for a way through. The smokes unravel. Kelvin goes down as well. Will be getting sent back into the lobby. They need to advance into that zone. A little bit too far out than they would have liked. There's still some time for them to make that play. And on the other side, Tribe Warriors now putting in the work. Foreign Ruthless starting to fall one after the other. Aber on the other side. The Swash will be sent back into the lobby as well on that back end. Shakid trying to put in a little bit more work. Zaber, oh, that's a beautiful spray, but he's getting run over by Shakid instead. Top C has to apply some more of that pressure. 3 of his teammates are falling to the side. And that is how you pack them up. Tribe Warriors, unfortunately, will fall to the Ruthless players. And Shakid is the one that puts the final nail in that coffin on Top C as he runs him over. Again, over to the other side, though. They will try again to make quick work of this position. See, GAMAX looking very good. Wait a minute. Oh, this is RJC. They're GAMAX now. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. So GAMAX Esports. Again, yeah. I mean, yeah, I think I can get behind that name. Chat, what do we think about this new name, though? GAMAX. I mean, it kind of goes hard, though. Kind of loud. But see, what can he see, though? Magicians in a good spot. But again, the terrain is not friendly. Good use of the utilities there as well, just to keep them onto the back end. Aim guard still knocked away. Will be getting flushed by Shiva. There's trouble for him as well. Is not necessarily going to like the way things pan out, but it is still a major drop on the other side. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, you were watching the SSA clash, and it is the semi-finals. And right now, 4Kill is looking the best they could ever look. 7 eliminations, but they are also tied with the likes of 4 Strength. It's all a matter of who gets into that final third, but they are looking stronger as the seconds go by. Franco gets a knock on Smoker as well. Aizen deep into the blue zone, but it's a risk worth taking. And Mumupu's up into the scene there. Aizen has to spin around, prioritizing the zone instead. GAMAX also making a play for it onto that left-hand side, and that will be a drop. Shiva will be sent back into the lobby. The P90 comes out as he will pack him up. And that will be the end of the road for GAMAX as well. 4 kill, killing everything in sight. And I believe 4 strength have a solo player lurking somewhere. Or is it? Oh, it's Royal Academy activated. Either he actually made it to the zone, but will be getting blown away by 4 kill. And that will be the end of the road for them. 4 kill taking that first chicken dinner of the night. And that is how you announce your presence. That is how you ensure consistency across board. Yes, sir. 4 kill looking good on the other side. But, first game of the night, 4 kill, chicken dinner, solid, very solid. It's a very solid performance. And it's looking very, very nice. That's a pretty solid way to kick things off, 11 eliminations, chicken dinner on the front side. I mean, they all got a couple of damage points on the board there as well. Fargas did manage to, outfrag the rest. He did have 5 eliminations, 2 eliminations for Franco. I think we got 2 for Metos as well, and two for. Is that Izal? I think that's Izal's. Izals. You guys are not creative enough with these names, dog. You're not creative enough. Could do so much better. But yeah, because when I think about Izal, I think about let me not even say what I'm thinking. Man. Let me not say what I'm thinking. But yo, solid game, 4 kill, chicken dinner. I think we did have a lot of teams that put in work as well. I mean, Gamax was also in the card. They did manage to get 8 eliminations as well, doing over 1,300 plus in damage points. I think I would say 4 kill did a little bit better with 1,500. I'll just call it 1,500. And tied at the knocks as well. I mean, solid performance from both teams, but that chicken dinner kind of puts things into a little bit of a rougher patch, just a little bit of a rougher reach for Gamax. But after the performance from 23 Legion yesterday, I think that gives us a little bit of perspective as to how tough this tournament actually is, because at some point all of these teams will clash in the finals. But the MVP still is going to be Shiva. Not surprised. 5 eliminations to the good, 700 plus in damage points. And that is a big, big number. 200 plus in heals and 3 knocks. Yeah, Shiva already putting in that work, already standing strong in the race for MVP. Remember, this is the semifinals, and where you want to be is in the top 15. And we also have an invited team that joins us just down the road. So that is very disingenuous, but this is the SSA Clash. Can't afford to make any mistakes. You have to be dialed in. So right now, top players looking for match number 1. Shiva leading the pack there. We saw his performance, MVP. Haider from Tribe Warriors. Wait, Haider had more damage than him. I'm guessing it's because his survival time was just significantly lesser. Fargas as well. 4 strength had Moon in the mix as well. Shy from Pride was also in the conversations. They had 4. But yeah, so a big, big drop for them as well. They've been able to manage this. And let's take a look at the rankings after that first game. 21 points for 4 kill. That chicken dinner puts them well above the rest. Gamax in second place with 13. 4 strength with 12 as well. Royal Academy also with 12. Berserk and Fallen Ruthless tying with 11 apiece. Team Pride with 8, all from eliminations. Tribe Warriors with 5. Natural Killers with 4 in ninth. Top 10. The Magicians with 3, tied with ASTRA Academy and GUF Academy as well. ASTRA Creatives and GUF Academy as well. Synthesis, Foul Play, Persecutors. Wait a minute. Yeah, Persecutors, Executioner, Instant Champs, ZEUS Sovereign. No points on the board for them, but it is 1 game out of 4, and we are going to have the next game right after the break. But, we have Erangel, Miramar, and then we close the night in Erangel for match number 4. But right now, 21 points for 4 kill as they make it out of Rondo. Can they do the same in Erangel? Can they stand on business? Well, we will find out right after the break. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. It is the SSA Clash. It is Priest on the mic, and we just had our first game of the night. It is Group B. And remember, this is the semifinals, and we're heading into the finals soon come. 16 teams will battle it out, and one will be crowned champion. PMNC is upon us, and this, what better competition to have than this one right here? So big shout out to every single person that has brought this together to make this happen. But we just saw 4 kills stand up and put in some work. 21 points on the board. It's a very, very good start. Can they be consistent? Can they do more of the same? Well, there's only one way to find out. And we are about to take a look and see how possible that can be for the likes of 4Kill. Remember, the goal is to get to top 15. Right now, most of these teams don't even know where they are ranking. You know, they don't even know where they're placed. And it's very interesting because it could be anywhere. You know, they could be ranking anywhere, and all it takes is that one extra point that takes you from 15 to 14 or from 15 to 16, man. All it takes is that one extra point. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us look on and see what this particular first erangel of the night has in store for us. Same path cuts in from the southwest side. We can see that quite it's not too deadly, is it? I don't think it's too deadly. I don't think it's asking for too much. If you're being honest, I don't think it's asking for a loss of pretty timid zones, a pretty chill zone, not too crazy. I mean, if you're trying to be somewhere in the earlier phases of this type of zone, you know, Pochinki is where it's at. I think you would have a nice shot if you were in Pochinki. Very, very solid position to be at, if you ask me, because there's so many different ways this could go. But again, what is in the air? Yo, these parachutes are so cool though. If you ask me, wait, are these two teams going into Primorsk? Oh, this is going to be filthy. It is going to be filthy, and it looks like it's the magicians and is that 4Kill? But I don't think 4Kill is coming here. I think 4Kill has just decided to hang back into maybe Fairy Pier or something, but they are between themselves. I think they are in a little bit of a sandwich between the magicians and executioners. Again, this could be very, very diabolical, but nope, it's too many angles. Oh, yeah, that is the first one. Oh, it's Pride. Well, Pride goes before a fall there, and that is going to be an unfortunate turnout, but let's see if that is going to be the case here. Teammates already pulling up into the mix. But Pride are all right. Again, this is how you land. If you land as a team, this is what you do. You have to make sure you stick together. But this is going to be a very, very tricky rollout. Right now, the pickup is already coming through. Pride back to full strength. And here they come. Aim God turning around the corner there. He's got the AEG in hand, so he could be very, very dangerous here. The magicians, do they have the numbers to hold this down? I believe they've managed to scale their way through and get out of danger temporarily. Fortunately for them, they do have Zendex in a very, very solid off angle, and he could prove very, very useful going forward. But we're about to see if that will be the case. But right now, you need to be careful of Zendex. I'm not sure they know that he's there just yet, but we're going to see how they manage to hold on. Team Pride, I believe they are from Nigeria, have been putting in quite a decent performance so far for the SSA Clash, but still more desire to be seen, as there is a little bit more to look out for. Synthesis still yet to make their mark tonight, but still a long ways to go, still a lot to cover as well, but it is theirs to do. It is their job to see it through. And there is a turnout here. Wait a minute. Okay. Yeah, a little bit of a turnout here. The way you see, how teams tend to play when they land with another team is always going to be very interesting when you see what the plan is or when you see the plan coming together. For a team like Team Pride right now, I think they do have a vehicle already. They have already gotten a vehicle, so I think they can hang around in the blue zone just a little bit longer. Not necessarily the best thing to do though, but knowing that you've got ops around you, it's not the worst thing in the world just to hang back a little bit and make sure you're not isolated very early in the game, because that is the worst way to kick off a game, if you ask me. That is absolutely the worst way. But we will see. We will absolutely see if that will be the case. Good game so far for Astra. They did have a little bit of a niggle in that first game. I believe they picked up 3 eliminations. Not a bad shout. Tensky has been knocked away there. I think it was Zendex that got the angle on him. That is the danger that Zendex already proved. But I think Pride have a vehicle. I believe they can make this push and get their teammate picked up. If Zendex goes for the bait, though, that could be dangerous for him if he goes for the flush, because I think he might get dropped here. If he goes for the flush, I think he might get dropped on his way. But we're about to see something special here. It's very early, very, very early in the game. You do not want to lose out. Do they have vehicles? Yes, they do. Wait, I thought Pride had a vehicle. Yes, they do. It's Doncic. And Doncic is already heading off, but falling Ruthless now under siege here. Tensky will be getting flushed by Kelvin, and that is unfortunate for Pride. They will lose 1. Again, there was a potential. I don't know why it took so long, but they're gonna be trading off as well. Doncic goes down, but he was all alone. I don't think he went there with the intention of having to deal with all of that was going on that hillside. Unfortunately, that's going to be the end of the road for them. I would be it would be something special if they do manage to deal with the guys from MGC over to that northern side of Primorsk. But right now, Swash trying to be the thorn in the side of the guys from 4Kill, coming fresh off a chicken dinner. Morale is right through the roof right now. Doncic gets flushed. End of the road for him. Metsos goes down as well. Zaber is the one that puts the belt to backside as well. And now here comes Swash, trying to jump through out in the open. Sal's almost getting spotted away there. Swept through. S12K immediately switches. And now falling Ruthless. Can they fall? The guys from 4Kill. Doesn't look like it. It is going to be the case. Swash into the other corner. Jump shot unfortunately fails. He's burned to a crisp. And that will be the end of the road. Surely now. Swash, the last one left for falling Ruthless. And they're falling one after the other. No way to get them picked up. Swash is still in the corner. He has his S12K. Can he cause some chaos? Outside, in a little bit of a corner pocket here. Tries to break through, but they heard the footsteps and they shut the door. Falling Ruthless will rise no more. Big trouble, real big trouble for Fallen Ruthless. Again, we've seen them capitulate in a 4v4 situation, but could be worse. It could be worse. It could be worse, though. Could be worse. A little bit of a tire up position again, but we've seen them be very proactive, and there could be a major way, but it looks like Reverb is going to be the one exposed in all of this. Oh, unfortunately, it looks like he's AFK and he is hurt in the process. Not necessarily the thing he was expecting, but would be a little bit of a triumphant push again. But Right now, the Executioners looking quite steady. Much more of a increment in position. I think they have been very, very proactive. The way they've managed, to dull the blade of the opposition so far. Persecutors as well, still yet to secure any eliminations in this game. Unfortunately, Reverb will not succeed any further. 4 kill, 2 eliminations to the good. After the tournament, after the game they had, in match one. Oh, wow. The fact that the moment he peaks, he's getting instantly lasered tells you the level of concentration that 4 kill really have right now. That tells you a whole lot about their preparation. They are absolutely dialed in. They are locked in. And right now, GUF Academy getting pulled out in the open there. Roman, big sprays coming in from him. Can't seem to connect all of them, but it's just enough to force them to make that rotation. Radiance vehicle almost going up in flames, but he gets out of dodge just in time. Good spot for them though in Gatka, playing a little bit closer to the south, but it works for the meantime. I think they can hold this position for the next zone at the very least. 4 strengths still up until the Legion. And they have been very proactive in how they've managed to see this through. I know they will try to keep the momentum riding, but Pride losing 2 players earlier on is not the best. It's not the best way to kick things off. They did have a pretty decent game in Rondo though. I believe that was 8 eliminations only, no placement points. Again, that's not necessarily the best, but again, based off of what we've seen, it could be worse. It could absolutely be worse. That is something you have to take account for. But it could absolutely be worse, Nocturnal Killers also yet to make a dent on this leaderboard. Earlier than most, Royal Academy as well. Play zone is closing out. And now things are about to get very dicey as we go into the next phase of the circle. We'll take a look at that. Well, we've got Ruins in the mix. 3-1 split from Foul Play. GAMAX in the northwestern side. Natural Killers in the central position in Ruins. I mean, this is going to be very interesting. ASTRA also making a rotation from that northern side. Potential for ASTRA and GAMAX to lock horns on that northern side. Whoever is king in the north might be the one that makes this happen. But the Magicians pulling up immediately up onto the hillside. Yobo has them in the sight lines. Big sprays coming in from him. A little bit of a repel situation coming out from here, but doesn't look like they want to stop. Miami also wants a piece of the action as well. 4 strengths putting in the work. To the guys from GUF, they will bite the dust as well. Q's into the corner. Can't seem to find his way through, but they have managed to secure their first elimination. 4 kill now putting in that work once again against Tribe Warriors. Metsos is the one that gets the job done. Hader follows suit. Synthesis in trouble. Zeke goes down, but Metsos will be traded off. He's also going to get knocked away. 3 eliminations right now for 4 kill, but they do have a very solid position to make something happen from that open space. Switch pays off. He's going to get knocked away as well. Synthesis lose out here. Switch is still knocked away. Potentially might be getting sent back into the lobby as well. Persecutors now putting in that work. Again, phase 3 of the zone. This is where the chaos begins to loom as Lord is setting a couple of shots there. Persecutors trying to deal with Berserk as they flee the scene of the crime, but they can't seem to get their shots to register as fast as they would like. Again, it is all chaos. It is all chaos in this final third, but here comes Magicians. Abracadabra. That grenade is gonna pop you straight off. Kelvin had a grenade for time, and he held it on just a little bit too long, and I got burned immediately as well. Beautiful defensive position being held though that by 4 kill, 3 eliminations that they've secured so far. And now that could be something special for them if they do manage to find a way through and hold on to that position they've got in the zone for the foreseeable future. It's a whole lot. It's a high risk position though, but you know, the rewards are many. The rewards are endless, if you ask me. It could be going in so many different directions. But right now, Astra looking very solid, coming in from this northern side again, just outside of Georgia. I'm not sure if they're in a split. I think they are. Slazy already making a play for it. Pew pew. Yeah, this is the roster that I saw that he posted on Instagram though. This is actually the roster. It's looking good. It's looking very, very good. Potential for a big game for them though, because their rotation is looking very, very, very good in phase 3 of the circle. Now the zone is closing out. Any moment from now it shuts down and things are going to go from bad to worse for some teams. Astra still in the north, GAMAX still in the northwest. Play zone shifts again towards that south central position, and GUF Academy have been blessed. They have been given the play zone. But to what end? Royal Academy in the eastern side as well. Synthesis just outside, wreaking havoc, trying to get inside of that position as well, trying to force them out, but doesn't look like they will be able to though. And the executioners looking very, very solid in their own conquest to get a little bit of that zone space from the western side. Persecutors as well, also in the southwest, and the natural killers also in the south. Pride also in the south. Tribe Warriors also in the south, and Pride, they've been spotted, I believe, by Tribe Warriors. There's a whole lot of chaos in this position here. They can make a way to advance to the zone, almost getting knocked away there as well. Well, that is absolutely dangerous. Tribe Warriors now setting their own sights on. There's a whole lot of opportunities for engagement and elimination here in this final third. And now the Berserkers will feel the brunt of haters. M416 and the AG as well. They trade off with beautiful turnout from top C. Orphan immediately punishes the guys from 4 strength. They're not feeling too strong right now as the bullets rain from the top. And Sphinxy tried to make something happen there, but he's spotted on all sides. Topsy with an angle and a half punishes the Berserkers. And that will be the end of the road for them. They suffer the consequences of a very, very good off-angle rotation. And that is how you decimate your opposition. You blindside them and you make it count. Royal Academy still yet to move a muscle. Shy getting spotted out by Niemi there. 4 strengths putting in that work again. And that's going to be the end of the road for him as well. They go out. That will be the end of the road for Pride. Devil tried his absolute best, but it was not to be. Had a really, really rough game. Pride, 2 games in, 2 more to go. Miramar is going to be up next, but until then, who is going to be king in the south? 4 kill yet again, looking very confident. Foul play, I believe, under siege here. And I believe they have only 1 player up. It is Solo. Roman also tried his best to turn this out and churn something out there, but Solo has been spotted. And he's losing teammates left, right, and center. Back into the vehicle there. He might be getting blown away by Sanji. And Roman goes down. Solo goes down as well to Kyrios. And that will be the end of the road for foul play at the hands of Tribe Warriors. And they are not liking the way today's, or rather tonight's games have gone, not even in the slightest. Royal Academy looking to make their move finally, as the play zone is no longer favorable for them. Sleepy heads straight into his vehicle and gets out of dodge. Kyrgios now continues his onslaught. This time he sets his sights onto the guys from Tribe Warriors, or rather onto the guys from ASTRA Creatives. They're holding out there, but they have prioritized getting into the zone. Escrows and Bilal also inside. And I think they have found a little bit of a niche for themselves inside of this next phase of the zone. GAMAX on the other side, they have decided to hold the central position just outside of the northern side for that open angle. It is going to be hard to defend owing to the fact that they are a man short, but it is very possible at this stage. GAMAX now putting in that work. Shiva spots one of the players from Tribe Warriors. He knocks him clean off, and that might be the end of the road for him, but his teammates arrive onto the mix here, and that puts things into a very different perspective. Again, you can see the plan here trying to be executed, you know, from the guys from GUF Academy. I mean, you can see it, it's working out the exact way they planned it. If the utilities do manage to come out in droves, but they don't. Bodijo also putting in that work. 2 eliminations onto the Sanguyo again as he pulls up, and that would be an open angle, an open invitation for him to take a couple shots, but doesn't manage to ring it through. But either way, his teammates, it was there to get the job done. 2 eliminations for GAMAX. More on the way. They can manage to keep their numbers up into the open spaces, but Light looks like he might have just gotten lit up a little bit there. He loses out. Play zone not favorable, very, very unforgiving. The zone will close out just a little bit more. What a grenade from Shiva. And that one will make you shiver for sure. Escrows has been escrowed back into the lobby. Astra lose out yet again. No points on the board. And things just went from bad to worse. Natural Killers, on the other hand, have been applying some pressure. What was he trying to do there? Was that a smoke grenade? That was a smoke grenade. I thought that was a frag grenade, man. That would have been something diabolical. I can't lie, man. Well, it looks like top C. I mean, Tribe have a very, very solid plan here. I think they are trying to reposition themselves and get into dodge, but unfortunately, it will not be the case this time. 4 kill. Another nail goes into that coffin. This time, it is Tribe Warriors that go out, but not without taking a chunk of eliminations on their way. Sleepy has to make a little bit of an advance as he tries to get inside of that zone. A couple of seconds before the zone shifts even further, causing some more and more chaos. Got a couple of seconds again. But you can see GAMAX holding the lines here in a little bit of a nice split. All of their intel fed across each other. You can see them just holding a line linearly. C playing deep behind Shiva and Light. Grenades from Lord over the top there. That one connects. Trouble. Natural Killers go out in 8th place. The placement points have now started to rack up. Ragason puts in the corner as well. 4 kill looking very, very dangerous. They can wait to see the guys from the Persecutors as they are making their own play over to that northwestern side. They have been spotted. Shiva as well trying to put some more pressure on. GAMAX might be under siege here. Bodijo almost getting dropped away there. Royal Academy also causing some chaos. Aizen is the one with the spray, and he does connect a couple of shots there. We know how dangerous he could be on the half turn, but here comes Moon as well. 4 strength. How strong can they be? This final jurisdiction, 12 eliminations. Grenade flies over the top as well to shut things down, and he might be able to see this angle and see this position into the final draft. That one will be the job well done. S12K straight to the chest. Another one. Lil Boy. Might he be the big boy this time around, as 4 kill will descend upon him one after the other, but he manages, but unfortunately will be getting dropped away. Niemi plays behind it, but it's too far. Can't cause any commotion. They see him and he's spotted. Jump shot into the corner, and he will be getting sent away. 4-kill. They will kill yet another. Now it is GAMAX's turn. Will they feel the heat? There's chaos in every single position for 4-kill right now. If they can manage to get their angles over to the other side and circumvent those open spaces. But you can see GAMAX, they are closing in, they're swallowing the space, they're squeezing 4-kill and forcing them to stay inside of that position. Can't allow them to make any adjustments. But here it comes, the play zone. Very, very unfathomable. Jump shot over to the right hand side, but unfortunately, Sleepy will be put to bed. And now he will catch some Z's. Grenade! Shiva walked into the mine. He's getting blown away. 2 versus 2 now. Light. Can he light them up? Plays over to the left-hand side. Franco could be in trouble. Tries to bait into the corner. Beautiful grenade. And unfortunately, GAMAX immediately turned off the lights there and shut it down with the quickness. Grenade. And M416 working in diabolical contusions there, but that will be GAMAX chicken dinner. 4-kill, not today. Warned at the final third. And that is how you snatch a chicken dinner from the jaws of 4K. Was dangerously close for to being a back-to-back chicken dinner, but GAMAX said not today. And that is how you make. That is how you turn things around. Whew. 9 eliminations. Slow game, but job done. You know, 2 eliminations for C, 4 for Shiva, 3 for Light. Reverb did get sent back into the lobby earlier. Right now, it is, I mean, 15 eliminations for 4 strength. That was nasty business though. That is nasty business. 15 eliminations for 4 strengths, something special. 2100 in damage points. I mean, that tells you all you need to know, right? 13 knocks as well. I mean, 4 strengths, yeah, they were cooking in this game. They were absolutely cooking in this game. I can't lie, man. They were absolutely cooking in this game. They were really, really cooking, and that is what I love to see. 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 Solid performance, man. MVP is Nami from 4 strengths. Well deserved as well. And that's something I would not expect, but you know, it's a big shout. It's a very big shout, you know. Solid shout. Very, very solid shout. Lil Boy, I mean, he was putting in that work, Nami as well, but Kyrios from Tribe Warriors was also in the mix, you know, also putting in some of that work. That's something else, something special. 4 eliminations for Shiva and for as well for Sal's 4 kill. And that would be something close again. But right now, the rankings tell you all you need to know. That chicken dinner from GAMAX, you know, you would think is a lot until you see 4 strength, you know, tie them with points. 19 apiece, 4-kill in 3rd place with 14 as well. Persecutors in 4th place with 8, tied with Tribe Warriors. Synthesis with 6, GF with 6 as well. So 3 teams with, oh wait, is that 6 or 8? Okay, no, that's actually, yeah, that's 6. Yeah, 2 teams with 6. That's Synthesis and GF Academy tied at 6. In 6th and 7th, Executioner in 8th place with 3 points. Royal Academy in 9th place with 3 as well. And the Magicians with 2, Natural Killers with 1. Foul Play, Berserk, Falling Ruthless, Pride, Astra Creatives, Ancient Champs, and ZEUS Sovereign. No points on the board for them. And post match two, Shiva still leads the charge. Nami has now caught up, 9 eliminations apiece, tied at the hip. Eliminations still looking pretty decent here. 6 for Haider and Moon from 4 strengths, and Lil Boy as well, all with 7 and 5 respectively. Let's take a look at that overall leaderboard. What does it say? Who is where and where is who? How many points have been secured in these past 2 games? 4Kill with 35 on the rocks there. 35 points. Very, very good start. GAMAX with 32. 4 strengths with 31 points so far. Royal Academy with 15. Tribe Warriors with 13 in 5th place. Berserk in 6th place with 9. Well, sorry, with 11. Foreign Ruthless in 7th place with 11 as well. GF Academy in 8th place with 9. Synthesis in 9th place with 8. Persecutors in 10th place with 8 as well, tied with Team Pride in 11th. Natural Killers in 12th. Magicians in 13th. Executioners in 14th. ASTRA Creatives with 3 as well. Foul play, Asian champs, ZEUS Sovereign. No points recorded just yet. But 2 games down, ladies and gentlemen. 2 more to go. You were watching the SSA Clash semifinals, and we just saw Rondo get overtaken by 4Kill. And then in Erangel, we had GAMAX Esports step up to the plate and secure themselves a chicken dinner and 1 foot in the finals. But now we head over to Miramar for match number 3 to see who's going to stand on business there. But that will be right after the break. Catch you guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is showtime, showtime, showtime. Welcome back to the broadcast. It is the SSA Clash brought to you by the PUBG Mobile Esports community of the African community of PUBG Mobile Esports. You already know what time it is. Mythics on production, you already know what it is. We're having fun. 2 games in, and we're about to head into our third. And our third map of the night, it is going to be Miramar, the desert. Different strategy, different vibe. Everybody's coming with what they think is going to be the best strategy to win this game. GAMAX and 4Q have already snatched themselves, two chicken dinners. And now is another opportunity for them to level it up. A chicken dinner again from either of these teams cements their position in the finals if it hasn't been cemented already. Because at this stage, I think one chicken dinner should do the job for you if you are anywhere in the top eight, of this group. I think the goal would be to be in the top eight of this group. I think that would be the ultimate goal, just be in the top eight with a decent enough return, with decent enough results, be in the top eight. Because after what we saw, after the turnout that we saw, the points that we saw from some of these teams, it's looking shaky, man. It's looking shaky. Because right now, if you don't have double digits after 2 games, it's looking long for you, man. A chicken dinner is the only thing. A chicken dinner is the only result that should matter at this stage for any team. But fingers crossed on that one, nonetheless. And we are going to see how feasible that is going to be. But ladies and gentlemen, do not fret. This is a nice plain path though. It's pretty nice. Cuts through from the southeast. Just a little bit. Towards the north, I think. Yeah, Puerto Paricio. Or yeah, I mean, Los Leones is in there. La Bendita is in there. Minas Generales is in there. The Graveyard is in there. Pecado is in there. Where else? I think we've got Hacienda del Patron in there as well. Yeah, I think you could also say Opozo is in there. So there's a whole lot of spaces, gaps inside of the play zones for some of these teams to work with. So many ways you could go though. But Tribe Warriors did have a fantastic game in match 2. Can they keep it up for match 3 though? That's the real question. How possible is that? It's going to take a lot from them, but I think they're sitting in a comfortable position. I hear. But you also have to put into perspective, right? Group A, how did those teams fare? After yesterday's games, how did they fare, right? How did they fare? That's the real question. So I want to, do you know what I want to do, right? I want to pull up the leaderboard. I would like to see what the leaderboard is saying, right? But I don't know, I don't think they put up a leaderboard post yesterday's game, because it would have been very interesting to see that. I would have loved to see that, if I'm being honest. I would have loved to see that leaderboard. Oh, okay. Production has the leaderboard for me. So I think they're going to send me leaderboard. So I can use that as a reference right now. Going forward, I'm going to use that as a reference. Okay, production just dropped me the leaderboard. So let me take a look and see what it looks like. Okay. So yesterday we have, it looks like Synthesis are already putting in that work, eliminating one of the players from 4Kill. First blood, that's not a good sign. But I think 4Kill have done enough though. 35 points. I think they've done just enough, right? So as it stands, okay. So I'm gonna do all of the math here, right? We're gonna do the math together, chat. We're gonna do the math together. So, because I have the leaderboard from day one, from the first day, right? That was from, I believe, last week. Yeah, because I know yeah. So yeah. So the leaderboard I have in front of me is from last week. The leaderboard I have in front of me is from yesterday, and then I have the leaderboard from last week, because both of the points are going to be tallied to give us the actual top 15. You know, it's not just yesterday's games, it's the games from last week as well. You know, so we have to go all the way back to week 1, right, to get out the semifinals. So yeah, we're not gonna be doing a whole lot of math on this chat. We're gonna be doing a whole lot of math, so you know, stay strapped in. If you're bad at math, this is your opportunity to lock in, right? If you're bad at math, this is your opportunity to lock in. So stay locked in, guys. Stay locked in. But right now, Tribe Warriors on the receiving end. Shakir putting in a major shift against Hader, but no dice for him. Tribe Warriors are putting belt to back right now. What a shift they're putting in here. Falling Ruthless, falling again in a 4v4 situation. We've seen this 3 times in a row. That's what the Lord is trying to take it on there. Beautiful shots with the S4K, and Hader goes down immediately as well. Hader tried to take him off, but not this time. Zuko, the Fire Lord, burning them out and sending them back into the lobby again. Falling Ruthless fall in a 4v4 situation. So I'm guessing they're cooked at 4v4s. Is that what this is? Is that really what it is? Like, they can't take like 4v4s in open space, in tight spaces. Is that what it is for Falling Ruthless? I mean, that's a very solid team. I expected a whole lot more from them, but it's been a very rough game for them. They are sitting there with 11 points though, but could be anything. Okay, chat. So from week 1, right, we have, oh man, this is going to be tough, but it's doable. It's pretty doable, right? So from week 1, we had Pain. Yeah, so from week 1 we had Pain, right? Pain had 58 points, right? They had 58 points in week 1, and now week 2 they have 18. Where is my pen? Chat, where's my pen? I'm doing this math. I'm gonna do this math. I want to know who has not qualified. But I need to find my pen though. Chat, have I lost my pen? But I don't be going to school, so forgive me for not having a pen, but I do not be going to school. I don't be writing nothing down no more these days, man. Okay, do you know what? We'll do the math regardless. We'll do the math regardless. Okay, let me pull this up on the other side. You know, this is fun, really. We'll do a little bit of the math. Yeah, we're gonna use a calculator, do a little bit of math right now to know who is sitting where, because I have to know. I just have to know, Chad. I just have to know. I'm never gonna let this go. Chad, you guys don't want to know what production is telling me right now, man. You guys are gonna laugh, man, if you hear what this guy's telling me right now. But foul play are not looking good though. That's all I can tell you. You know, they're not looking good. Because yeah, their last week performance was not the worst, but based off of the 2 games they've had now, they will need a wonder bread of a performance to stay inside of the top 15. You know, they would need a wonder bread of a performance right now to stay in the top 15. So, okay, so let's start from who was top, right? So Pain Africa was Pain Africa is like in like first place, right? Pain Africa is like in first place, right? So we have Pain. Yeah, whatever, man. So we've got Pain, right? We've got Pain, and then they had. Ooh, looks like Berserkers could be in a little bit of trouble here. Tribe Warriors are putting in an absolute shift, man. I mean, Tribe Warriors, when you put Tribe Warriors, Miramar, semi-final, that's all you need for them to cook. Those 3 things. Tribe Warriors in a Miramar game in a semi-final, they will cook. Seen this script so many times, man. Big C, is he gonna get that heal off? He's in the blue, right? He's in the blue zone. Is he gonna get heal off? No, he's not. Gets knocked and now crawls out in the open. Mm. Goblin is also taking a hit, almost getting dropped out there as well. Chaotic, so chaotic, man. Well, it's not exactly what Tribe Warriors were expecting, but you know. Well, Astra Creatives don't necessarily have the best of shifts here, but it looks like Pride will be pulling up to their domain. Ooh, almost getting shot out the side there. Sensky will not be getting saved this time. He's going to be knocked away there. Shy as well follows suit out into the open. No plans. Doncic has to escape. See if he can wrestle something out there, but nope. He'll have to find his way through. GUF Academy sideline over to that hillside. Doesn't look like much, but GAMAX is in the mix as well. They might want a piece of this if they might want a piece of this as well. I think that's Reverb that's been caught on rotation there. Well, I wouldn't say caught on rotation. I think they are in a little bit of a split just to gather intel because they have a man in the zone. So I don't think they're at risk. I think this works for them if they can find a way through. That's a fantastic grenade on Radiant, but not enough to force him out. Again, do they want to take this inside the blue zone though? That is the difference between some of these teams. You know, some are willing to stick to their principles, even if they're in the blue zone. They'll stick to it. They'll stay on they'll stay on brand, right? Well, I think a substitution has been made though. Reverbs goes out for Kuza, and the the constellation continues. It is so constant how these teams play. Kuza actually does get knocked away there by aimball. That's a beautiful spray from C. Actually connects a couple of those shots as well. But not enough to change the entire dynamic of the game though. But it will put a little bit of a dent in that press coming through from them. GUF will have to reposition. I think Kuza will be getting picked up though. Takes a lot to turn it around. Well, ooh. That's not the thing he was expecting, but Kuza did get sent back into the lobby though. It's not something I was expecting to happen regardless, but I mean, Couple of sprays over to that hillside. I think that might just change things though, right? That's a fantastic spray though. Wow. C must have some eyesight. I'm guessing that's why they call him C, because what was that? Light gets lit up again. GAMAX in trouble though. I think the fact that they are playing a little bit of the wide that's a little bit too wide. I think that's what's hurting them in the process. Light comes out, takes a hit as well, gets blown away by Radiant. GUF actually putting in the work here. GAMAX lose out. They lose 2 players in the space of a minute and a half. That is not what I was expecting in this Miramar game. But you know, Miramar always gives you something different, man. Miramar always gives you something different, man. A bit of a dent in the play zone there. It has shifted towards the northeastern side. Most of these teams are coming in from that western position. Foul play being one of them. 4 kills still in the south. Executioner also in the south. They might be running into the guys from Synthesis. Tribe Warriors have a clear-cut path into the zone. Very clear-cut, very ideal. No stress. Just glide into the zone from the northern side, unchallenged as well. That would be one for the books. If that spray did connect, actually it did. A danger guard making a quick work of that one. Solo is going to be knocked away there. Foul play in a little bit of trouble. But a little bit of a trade-off between them though. Solo still knocked away. Might be getting picked up if he can find a way through. But his teammates though, his teammates actually pulling up. You have to respect the fact that his teammates are pulling up into the mix here. They want a piece of this and they're now taking hits. Fabregas a little bit farther than he would like, but he continues to apply that pressure. He is getting the hit markers. He is hurting the guys from foul play. The grenades are getting launched, and Fabregas manages to connect this time around. Really was a good idea, but where exactly what I was waiting on, and it's not even the guys from foul play that do it, it's GUF. And that's actually very interesting that it's GUF that do that instead of foul play. I mean, your teammates are getting absolutely pummeled in a dip. What are you doing? Why are you not relieving the pressure while the pickup goes on? But unfortunately, that's not going to be the case. Solo goes back into the lobby. And that is and that's not something that you would like to see at this stage of the game, if I'm being honest. But Shiva is in the mix there. Wait, we still got 15 teams? God damn! Oh, that's a nice shot. Very nice. Very, very nice. What a shot that was. Sees that one through. Synthesis will be sent back into the lobby. Pride will follow suit, courtesy of Berserkers. And a couple more to the reparations there that they have put in place. But there will be more to see all the way through. And here come the executioners. GUF trading grenades one after the other, but Sangyu also pulls up immediately. Once the 1v1, he's going to be traded off as well. It might be getting knocked away there. Aimbot goes down immediately. Sangyu sends him back into the lobby with the quickness. Foul play, trying to hold this little compound and they are playing on the defense. It's a very solid defensive position there. Bedijo almost getting knocked away, but it does manage to escape the danger just for a moment. GUF Academy takes a lot from them, but they might be able to see it through. Pubg. Ooh, nice shot. Joe had no idea what hit him. He had no idea what hit him, man. Oh my days. And it looks like Royal Academy tried to make a little bit of a quick stop into the zone there, but hopefully they managed to get their way in. ASTRA getting dropped against Lazy, the last one standing. He goes back into the lobby. And now it is the Persecutors trying to deal with Aatrox here, one after the other. Look at the peak shot over to the other side again. Oh, wow, he did manage to get the drop. But unfortunately, the numbers will prevail this time around. Tribe Warriors now putting in that work again. 7 eliminations and counting. Goblin, Grenade, just a shield division there. On the top half of that little open space position, but they can't seem to be spotted just yet. Kyrios knocked away. Tribe Warriors fighting for their lives on all fronts here. And it's taking a lot from them. The utilities going down the drain. Strength, 4 strength are still full strength. 4 players up. 1 elimination so far. This smells of a chicken dinner performance coming through from 4 strength. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. This is ideally what you have when you lock in. Executioners on the other side, on the other hand, have been forced into a very precarious position by the likes of Berserkers and GAMAX as well. How they're getting knocked away. Their Tribe Warriors, it is their time, and they will be exposed. Persecutors putting that work in, and that will be the end of the road for the Berserkers. I believe they will be sent back in 8th place. Firegas exposed as well. Persecutors have them on the ropes. Firegas putting in a masterclass. 5 eliminations so far, but it doesn't look like he can do much from there. The play zone is not favorable, not even in the slightest. Molotov as well to shut things down. Shiva goes down. GAMAX goes down into the top 4. Now we're down to 3 teams. Here comes 4 strength out onto the dip. They're in a very, very hard position to come out of, and the grenades are flying through. Persecutors have started to persecute one after the other. Another grenade. They caught in a sandwich between Royal Academy and the guys from the Persecutors, but it is a big dip. Is all fun and games with the grenades, but you have to commit. You have to make sure you have the sight lines if you want to cause this chaos. If not, 4 strength will continue to get their players back up. That is the danger, and they cannot commit all of their bodies because of Royal Academy on the other side. Hypnos plays off the other angle there, moves over to the left-hand side. Smoker plays behind him as well. That's a little bit of a buffer. There's 9 players alive, and half of that number belongs to 4 strength. You're back to full strength again. That is the advantage of having so many numbers, of having so many spaces to play in behind 2 teams. This could work. Ravage is on behind as well. A grenade in a perfect angle could shut this down, but they're out of utilities. They're pressing forward, but most of the zone belongs to 4 strength. All they have to do now is hold down, and Hypnos is exposed, and now the grenades come out this time around, but Q's is exposed. Immediately the Groza falls out. He's flushed, and that's trouble right now. Another grenade over the top, but it doesn't connect. Ravage is exposed, but he still has the Groza, and now it's a 3 versus 3. It's even Steven. Lord is in danger. Fades over to the other side, and Bully tries to bully his way through, but Lil Boy gets knocked away. There's trouble right now for the Persecutors. Can't seem to find the angles right. Ravage still knocked away. Bully goes down as well. 4 strength, 2 strong. Plays off the left-hand side. Big drop from Lord. Oh my Lord! Lord! Off to the right, but he stopped dead in his tracks. Persecutors will be persecuted by full strength. Their strength is too much. Their strength is too much. Lord was about to turn it to a prayer point, but their strength was too much. Full strength, too strong for the Persecutors. But what a press that was. And I said it was going to be hard. It was going to be difficult to break a team that had 4 players up playing in a dip with another team on the other side drawing your attention. It was going to be so difficult for the Persecutors to make it happen. What a finish that was. Absolutely incredible. What a drop that was. Big games, big game players. Lord stood up, but unfortunately was not enough. 2 eliminations for it. Namely, 1 for Lil Boy, 2 for Moon. I mean, like I said this when I saw them. This smells of a chicken dinner game. But it didn't look like they were gonna get a lot of eliminations. They just wanted to win. It was just to win, and win they did. What a performance! Whew. Well, Persecutors did have 8 eliminations though, as opposed to the 5 from full strength, and the guys from and the MVP for this game was Fargas, I believe. Yeah, it was Fargas again, but we saw how chaotic that final third was. But again, it's something that we've turned a blind eye on here. But so his performance, but yeah, we've seen it. I mean, but Fargas, 5 eliminations, 5 as well for micro dice. Micro dice, is that what that is? Well, aimbot is there as well, 3 eliminations, 2 for Lord. But take a look at his damage. Is that 678 or 878? But he was cooking, man. Roman. Yeah, Roman was also in there for foul play, 3 eliminations to the good for him as well. And here are the rankings. 15 points for full strength, 14 for the Persecutors, 12 for Executioner, 4K with 9, Tribe Warriors in 8 with 8, Royal Academy with 6, GAMAX with 4, GUF Academy with 4 as well, Foul Play with 3, BERSERK with 3, Natural Killers with 1, Synthesis, Team Pride, and ASTRA Creatives as well with 1 apiece. Magicians, Fallen Ruthless, Ancient Champs, and ZEUS, no points on the board for them in match number 3. Nami leads the pack now with 11 eliminations. And so, 1,700 damage points. That is absolutely nasty. 1,800 for Shiva, but he trails behind with just 9 eliminations. Still yet to break the double-digit barrier. 4 kill. Do have Fargas in there as well. He was putting in a shift in this last game. Eliminations with 10 as well. Hydra also breaking into the top 5 with 8. Moon still maintains the top 5 with 9 eliminations on the board. And now, post match 3, 3 different chicken dinners, 3 different outcomes. 46 points for 4 strength, and now they do lead. Again, like I said, a chicken dinner is really all it takes in this type of scenario, right? That's really what it takes in this type of game. Chicken dinner. 4 kill with 44, and 36 for GAMAX. Persecutors with 22, 21 for Royal Academy, 21 as well for Tribe Warriors. I would think they would have more, but the fact is they don't have any placement points. That's the issue. They have only 1. They really, literally just have only 1 placement point with 20 eliminations, man. Executioner with 12, with 15. Berserk with 14. GUF Academy with 13. Fallen Ruthless with 11. 9 for Synthesis. 9 for Pride as well. Natural Killers with 6. Magicians with 5. ASTRA with 4. Foul Play with 3. Asian Champs and ZEUS, no points on the board for them. 3 games down, ladies and gentlemen. Three games down. First chicken dinner was for 4 kills, second for GAMAX, third for 4 strengths. We head back into Erangel for match number 4 right after the break. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is showtime for the last time tonight. 3 games down, one more to go. We've had 3 different chicken dinner winners, and now are we going to get a fourth? Ladies and gentlemen, it is the SSA Clash, match number 4 of the semifinals. It is Group B. It is Erangel who steps into the light, who will snatch that last spot into the finals, who will maintain top 15. This is where it all matters. Remember, I was doing a little bit of math, right? I was doing a little bit of math just to, get a little bit of an idea as to who is where and where is who. So unfortunately, it's not a lot of time really, but you know, um, interestingly enough, right, Fallen Ruthless, right, Fallen Ruthless, they had like 47 points the first, and the fact that they are stinking up the gaff today, man, that says a lot. The fact that if they stink up the gaff today they can still qualify is nasty business though. Is really nasty business. The fact that that's still a chance. Brutal cycles as well. Brutal cycles, I think we saw them yesterday. They had um about 42 points, right? And then they got, I think, 8 or something, or 9. I think it was 9. Yeah, they got 9 yesterday. Then we have Team MVP. MVP had 41 yesterday. No, 41 last week. Right? They had 41 last week. Yeah, what I'm looking at is last week's results actually. Um and then I'm looking at last week's results, and then I'm looking at last week and I'm looking at yesterday's, because you have to add both ideally. So MVP, what did they get? I think they got like 34. Yeah, I think they got 34. Yeah, they got 34. So, that tells you all you need to know. And then we have GAMAX Esports currently playing. They have 39, and today they've gotten 36 already. So I think they've done pretty well today. Probably, I don't think they're in first place though, but unless they get a chicken dinner in this game, then I think that puts them in first place. But we'll see. But right now, oh, magicians are not in this game. Okay, unfortunate. And we had Astra. Astra also had like 39. I think Astra also had like 39 points last week. Again, I don't. And this week, stinking up the gaff, 4 points. I mean, have they done enough to stay in the top 15 though? Have they? I don't think they have though. I think if they get a chicken dinner in this game, maybe. I'm gonna keep our eyes on them as well. Foul play, another team that's thinking of the gaff today, man. It's so crazy that all the teams that are thinking of the place today, right? They had great games in week 1. Foul play had like 36 points, right? They had like 36 points in week 1. And Tribe Warriors. Okay, Tribe Warriors actually had like I think they had like 31. Yeah, they had like 31. And now so far they've gotten what, 21 so far, with a pen chance of with a chance that they might get another, with a chance of getting another. So I think they're relatively quite safe, but we will see. We will see so far. We'll see. We'll see how it looks. We'll see how it looks. So who else? Who else do we got? We've got Night Esports, KN. Yeah, I watched them yesterday as well. They were pretty decent. 29 points last week. This week, what did they get? 45. Ooh, man, this table is gonna be nasty though when it comes out, man. I'm looking at it right now. The table is looking filthy, man. It's gonna be tough with a team that scored 49, 45 yesterday, man. Then we have Synthesis stinking up the gaff right now, actually. So Synthesis, they had what 29 last week, And today they've got what, 9? Yeah, man. Might have to pack this one up. Um, then we have Riz Esports. Riz were pretty decent though. You know, they were pretty decent yesterday. They got 29, and then they got 29 again, I think, or 28. 28. Is that enough though? Hmm. Is that enough though? I'm not sure how I feel about this, man. It's so interesting. So we've got Riz. Then we had like Pride. We have Team Pride. Another team's thinking of the GAF today as well. But Team Pride had like what, 28, and this week they have what, 9 so far. Yeah, man. Only a chicken dinner can save them now. Because with what I've seen so far, only a chicken dinner can save Pride, and they're playing as 3 to top it all off. Yeah, that is not ideal. So who are we looking at next? We've got 4 kill. Yeah, 4 kill for sure. These guys were absolutely cooking. 4 kill. So last week 4 kill had 25 points, but today they've got 44, dog, already. So I think they're good. I think they've done just well enough, man. But man, this table is tough. This top 15 table is tough, man. If you don't get a chicken dinner in this game, man, you're not, like, you didn't cook last week. GG's for you, dog. GG's for you, dog. Like, nothing for you for this thing, man. Then we have Persecutors. Persecutors, I mean, they had like one good game. They had like one good game. You know, last week they finished with 24. This week they've had 22 so far. Could be more. So they're still in the running. Man, I think it really comes down to. I think it really comes down to. I just want to get the average, right? I'm not really gonna do like all the teams, but I just want to get the average so far. You know, because I'm looking at the teams that were sitting like proper. You know, so Team Unique is also in the conversation as well. They had 38 yesterday, but and then they had 15. You know, so there's that. There's that. So Persecutors had. Oh, looks like Berserkers could be in a little bit of trouble here. And I think it's 4 kill that have decided to descend upon them. Sphinxy is going to be the one that's knocked away. Zedu as well. Wait, is that the Zedu I know, the creator on TikTok? Is it the same guy? Ooh, Wraith is spotted. He's taking hits. Grenade from a moon surely will shut this down. Yeah, that grenade will surely touch him. Yeah, it touches him immediately, gets him knocked away. Can they fall off the bridge? Nope. Yeah, he's cooked, man. This guy is not. Man, is he gonna? He's definitely gonna get chased down, bro. They need to make sure he's done. They need to make sure he's done, man. Yeah, nothing for Berserkers in this game, dog. We've lost everyone, unfortunately. Foul play. Do they have a chance though? Looking at the board, I mean, with today's performance, I don't think they have a chance anymore, unless they do like a 20 pointer. Like I said, only a chicken dinner. Only a chicken dinner gets the job done for them. Yeah, this guy's been spotted. Nothing for this guy, man. Does he have a grenade? No, he does not. Okay, yeah, he has. He has like 5. Woo! That's a nice spray from Goblin. Might go for the flush as well. Ooh, steals that one away. Metsos gets knocked away. Oh, unfortunate theatrics here, because Fargas has a sideline on him as well. If Fargas peeks again, he might get knocked away here. This could be something special. We might just be witnessing something special, right? Oh! Straight on his head top, man. Straight on his helmet. What a grenade that was. Berserkers Team Berserk sent back into the lobby for the final time tonight. I don't see them qualifying. Yeah, I don't think they've qualified. I don't think they did enough. They were not even in the top 15 to begin with, right? They were not in the top 15 to begin with. So, yeah, they were like 24th with 14 points. And they got 14 points again this time, man. So they basically got 14 twice, man. That's dark, man. But yeah, you know, they still showed up. They put in the work. But this lobby is just a little bit out of their reach right now. Woo. So for strength, what do they got? I mean, I think they're looking good. You know, from last week, what did they get? They had 9 points. Oh, and they got 46 right now. Ooh, I don't know how I feel about that one, though. Can't lie to you, brother. I don't know how I feel about that one. Yeah, they are also in danger. I think they are also hovering around that spot of, you know, I think the average should be somewhere around 80. 80 like guarantees you, right? So if you cut that in like half, half is begging it. Half is definitely begging it. I think if you get like 50 points, nah, man, I think 50 is still too low, man. Because from what I'm seeing here, but yeah, I think 50 gets you through the door. Chat, does 50 get you through the door? I think 50 points gets you through the door, though. I think 50 points gets you through the door. I could be wrong, but I think 50 points gets you. I think 50 points gives you a conversation, right? I think anything after like 65, you're good. I think 65 and up, you're good. If I'm being honest, I think 65 and up, you don't gotta worry. You get me? But I think anything else, I think anything else is anything less than like 50, 55. I think you gotta have some like dark conversations or something if you're for anything outside of like 55. You know, because 55 opens the floodgates for a lot of interpretation. You know, but I mean, I'm still doing the math right now. So now I want to switch to what we've already got. So we've got Team Unique, right? Team Unique got 38 yesterday, and last week they had, I think, 15. Last week they had 15. Then we had I think we had Espada. Yeah, I think we had Espada in that conversation as well, right? I think we had Espada in that conversation, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we had Espada in that conversation. So Espada. Ooh, well, looks like Fallen Ruthless again under pressure, losing out. Russian goes back into the lobby. Fallen Ruthless lose another star player. Will they at least win their 44s now? I mean, going up against 4 strength in the first fight of the match is diabolical activity, if you ask me. But you can't pick and choose, man. You cannot pick and choose. Persecutors on the other side, almost getting uprooted from his vehicle. That was so close. That could have gone so many different ways. That could have changed so many different things on the leaderboard now, but that's not going to be the case this time. 4 strengths also making a move. Fully Ruthless down a man. GAMAX, I think GAMAX have done just well enough, man. You know, they had like 39, and now they have like what 36, so that puts them in like the upper 70s. Yeah, I think you're good. Grenade on GF Academy, trouble. So yeah, I was doing Espada, right? Espada, they had like 37. Again, good number. That's a good number. But then last week they had 10. And that gives you what? Not good enough. Like harsh conversations are going to be had. Ooh, woo wee. What a grenade from Light. That would have been something special if it connected. I mean, should have launched a second one immediately. Molotov to follow suit. Ooh, a little bit of a warning there, but Joe gets out of dodge just in time. Grenade launched in again over to the corner there. Oh, look at that. They've pinned him inside. Look at how they've pinned him, though. Oh, what a... I mean, look at the way they play, man. Look at the way they just squeeze him from two angles, and they packed him up. I mean, that is top play there from GAMAX. That's absolutely brilliant stuff. Very, very solid performance. That's how you do it. Dose of War is in the next cut. So Dose of War had 36 yesterday. Last week, what did they have? They had 18. Again, conversations, harsh conversations, dog. Tribe Warriors in trouble. Top C has been sent back into the lobby as well. Hater is there trying to take the 1v1s, but he's not confident enough. He's already taken damage, and that will be the end of the road for him. I think Tribe Warriors is going to be a long day for them. Now, foul play also under siege here. Tribe Warriors have been eliminated. Did they do enough, though? With their performance today, 21 points as opposed to what they had last week. What did they have last week? 31. Oh, 31-21. I mean, what is that though? Like, what does that feel like? Well, GAMAX is also putting in the work here, but it looks like Natural Killers and Pride are going to be locking horns here. Stride again, that's a big grenade. Tensky, I believe, has been knocked away, hasn't gotten picked up just yet. Grenade just outside into the corner there. Shroud has been picked up. That's another grenade. Shroud goes back into the lobby courtesy of Shy. And Scavy has to think twice about making this press. Pride have already cut them down to size. Again, it is all very untoward how they've been able to manage their angles so far. Ooh. Well, foul play putting in a shift as well, but it looks like this one they might have just bitten off a little bit more than they can chew there. GAMAX in that northwestern side holding the zone as it closes inward. They're making inroads here, making major inroads here. It's a little bit of a tricky shift though, from what I've seen, because it could go either ways. Well, falling Ruthless, falling again. I mean, the way these guys are falling, you will think they are the Naira. Jeez, man. But Shakid continues to keep his team alive there. C goes down to the zone. I think the GAMAX lose C in that light, but they do have 5 eliminations as well. I think they want to finish top. Again, I don't see that being likely because 4 kill and 4 strength are still very much in the run-in here. But it's not the worst thing in the world, though. So many ways this could go, though. But I am curious to see if that is going to, turn things around for them. Ooh, so a little bit of a cop out for them. Ooh, that's a nice shot. Shiva actually spins it around, and that grenade just hurt him a little bit there, but it looks like Force Ranks want to press this against GAMAX. And here comes Shiva as well. He's trading off. That's a beautiful grenade, getting charged to perfection. What a grenade from Shiva. But he's no match for that S12K straight to the chest. And he goes down as well, but he's trying to back into the corner to his teammate. I believe Light is in the mix there to pick him up. Akuza goes down to a Molotov. I mean, the defensive prowess of Force Strength. They are too strong. The strength is too much. Grenade again from Light bounces off the walls there into the corner to hold off a little bit of a line position there. Light is still knocked away. Shiva is still behind, playing in off that other corner. And the smokes follow through. Do they know he's outside? I think they do. And he is trying to spin into the corner as well to get the angles right. Jumps inside, spins to the corner again, fails, and hops outside the window. What a jump shot from Light. The DBS connects, goes for the second. Let there be light. Darkness will not flow. Their strength was not enough this time in the face of Light. GAMAX stands strong yet again. This is a turning point in the leaderboards because eliminating Force Strength right now changes everything. Did they make it though? Because they only got 2 points. GAMAX also in the mix here, but they've got 7 eliminations already. Done and dusted. They are already in the finals. Force Strength, I'm not so sure because of their last week's performance. That is the issue. Force Strength did not have a good performance last week. They had only 9 points. So that changes everything right now. And now is another opportunity. Tensky, save me. As he takes MG out of the vehicle there, but not with another opportunity. Scabby's trying to make a run for it. And now another opportunity, but Pride might be running into the guys from GAMAX. They might be exposed. There's a big risk, a major risk. Shy goes down. Tensky pulls up again, and he will take another hit. Tensky pulling up immediately behind the guys from Synthesis, and he has trying to take one into the corner as well. Pressure come through, but Tensky will not save himself. He goes back into the lobby by the hands of Shiva, the cold, hard hands of Shiva. GAMAX putting yet another nail in the coffin of Pride. And Synthesis also go down in the mix there, but they did manage to snatch away 9 eliminations. Astra, a chicken dinner, might put them in the finals. This is the performance that they might need. And now they are in the precipice of stealing this away. Shiva, 1 HP. For Slazy on the other side, and Astra, like a thief in the night, they get creative and snatch the chicken dinner. Wait, is it Astra that won the chicken dinner or GAMAX? Because I'm seeing GAMAX, I was seeing GAMAX GFX, but I'm pretty sure Astra won the game. Yeah. Okay. So that was just a little bit of a. But Astra did it. I think they did exactly what they had to do. And I said it that they need a chicken dinner if they want to qualify. I think a chicken dinner qualifies them. Anything outside of a chicken dinner does not get the job done. Chicken dinner, 8 eliminations. I'm pretty sure this does the job for them because of their first week performance. That's why. Not they stunk up the gaff this week, but their last week performance may have just carried them into the finals. And not even the performance they've had today. The performance in this match alone may have just done the job because I'm pretty sure they had like 3 games of no points. Then in the last game they get a chicken dinner and 8 eliminations. I mean, you cannot write this script any better. What a performance for Astra right now, right? To put things into perspective. But I mean, nonetheless, GAMAX putting in a shift yet again, 8 eliminations on the board for them as well. They put in a major draft and they put in the work, and it is well deserved. And they might try to turn it out, but we'll try to hold it out. But good numbers for Astra though. 1600 tied on GAMAX. I mean, it was a pretty decent game for them. I think they did just enough. Yeah, Vargas again MVP, back to back MVPs. He was MVP in Miramar as well, and this guy's MVP again for 4Q. 4Q, I think 4Q qualifiers. I think they did enough last week as well. To put things into perspective, I think they did well, just enough. So yeah, yeah, I think they did just. I think they did well enough. Yeah, yeah, I think they did well enough, man. Yeah, I think they did well enough. I think it was a pretty solid performance from them. But Fargas MVP again, Bilal in the mix with 3, 4 for Mamoon, 3 for Light, and a 3 for Kuza as well. I'm surprised Shiva did not make this list. I'm pretty sure he had 3 eliminations as well, right? Maybe he wasn't cooking that much. Astra, 18 points to the good. Gamax with 14. Synthesis with 14 as well. 4Kill Esports with 12. Pride with 8. 8 with their other 8. I don't think they made it. I think no, I don't think they made it. I mean they had an okay first week, but today they were stinking up the gaff, man. So foul play definitely did not make it. 4 points. Come on, man. Yeah, no. Falling Ruthless with 4 again. Another team that had a very good week 1, but stunk up the gaff in week 2, unfortunately. Yeah, Executioner with 3, Force Strength with 2, 1 apiece for Berserk, Natural Killers, Royal Academy, and GUF. Persecutors, Tribe Warriors, Magicians, Ancient Champs, and ZEUS Sovereign, no points on the board for them. Let's take a look at who is the overall MVP for the semifinals. It is Fargas. As expected, this guy was putting in a master shift. 2131, 2100 in the damage books. Well deserved, if you ask me, though. Absolutely well deserved. I mean, a total of 14 eliminations does not get any better than that. Something we have to look forward to. Total, I mean, 14 eliminations in 8 games, something special. 10 for Shiva, Nami with 11, 10 as well for Mamoon, and 8 for Haider. Tribe Warriors, I mean, Tribe Warriors, imagine having Haider in the MVP but not being in the finals. That's going to be a tough pill to swallow, a very tough pill to swallow. But make sure you check on the Discord when the overall leaderboard will drop, so your team will know if you made it into the top 15 to join that one invited team for the grand finals. But ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the overall leaderboards. Who finished where and where finished who? 56 points for 4Kill. They finish on top. Gamax in a close second, 6 points behind with 54. Strength with 48 in third place. Synthesis in fourth with 23. I mean, the gap between third and fourth, filthy. Astra, 22 points, doing just enough to sneak into the finals. Surely, surely they snuck into the finals. This is what you call sneaking, man. Sneaky qualification. Royal Academy, yeah, I don't think they made it. I don't think they made it. I don't think they did. Persecutors, maybe. Tribe Warriors, maybe as well. 21 points. Executioner with 18. I don't know about that one. Team Pride, 17. 17. That is not up to 50 points. Is it? Nah, it's not up to 50. I think they're in the 40s. Then they're like the late, like mid 40s something. Yeah, I think it's like mid 40s. I don't think mid 40s gets you in there, dog. If you're not getting 50 points, I don't think you nothing for you in this thing, man. I think they're probably maybe in the bottom 20. No, like top 20. I think they're in the top 20, but not top 15. Berserk with 15 as well. Yeah, nothing for them. Falling Ruthless again, 15 points. I don't think they cooked. I don't think they cooked enough. 15 points today. I think if they have gotten maybe 21, maybe, but I could be wrong. GUF with 14, Natural Killers foul play. I don't think foul play did anything today. Yeah, man. I don't think they did anything today. Yeah, man. And like you just straight cardio. They just came to run. Foul play literally came here to run around. It was just cardio for foul play today. Just came to run around. Cause how do you go from 36 in the space of a week, 36, literally the same lobby to 7? It's just bare cardio, man. Ancient Champs and ZEUS Sovereign didn't even play. And you just beat them by 7 points. Magicians as well, straight cardio. Just came here for some cardio, man. Nasty business. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is the overall rankings. Make sure you hop onto the Discord to know where your team fell into. 4Kill, GAMAX, 4 Strength, and Astra walking away with those chicken dinners. 4 different winners. That is to tell you how competitive the SSA Clash has been. Well, it has been a wrap and an amazing broadcast. Big shout out to production, Mythic Esports. They already know what time it is. Number one in the game. And SA Clash is here, baby. PMNC, ladies and gentlemen, this time next week on the 20th of March, PMNC kicks off all the regions. PMNC Nigeria, Kenya, South Africa, and the wild card. I'm personally looking forward to the wild card because I think that's where majority of the teams in the SSA Clash fall into. But I really want to see how that spans and who's going to come out on top there. But yeah, PMNC, the PUBG Mobile National Championship, kicks off next week. We are going to have the finals for this event, right? The finals for this event is going to be in a couple of days. I think 4 or 5 days, we're going to have the finals. So stay strapped, follow through. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you guys in the finals. Peace.